Hello, guys. Welcome in, everyone. Hope your day is well. 28 peeps already in here. Holy smokes, guys. Are we ready to get cooking? I just have to wash up a couple knives before I start cooking. Yeah, they're all bots. They're actually all just paid viewership. So I have to wash a couple knives and a couple pans for us, and then we'll get started. Is this really live? Is this real life, Indog? What's going on? Snarky chef. Yeah, you should expect your check in the mail then. Imagine if that's how it works. Imagine if you guys got paid to watch me. Eggs Benedict, yes. Today is National Eggs Benedict Day. Yeah, this is taped for sure. For sure, Z's. Okay, a couple of dishes, guys. Then we're gonna get cooking. I mixed up the dough for our English muffins a little while ago. Look at this. It's like domed. It's getting puffed up. So we'll divide that right away here. But first, the knives. How's everyone's day today, by the way? Hi, Matt. Hope you're well. I managed to drive out to the duck hut this morning. So I picked up 3 dozen duck eggs for us. Well spent time and money. So no fear today, guys. We will be poaching some fresh duck eggs. And then we're going to finish off the smoked salmon today as well. And we're gonna make a little bit of tomato confit. And then I think right away is we're gonna try and get outside because I feel like it's gonna start raining soon. And we have to do a little bit of harvest today in the garden. The weekly harvest, if you will. Gotta cut some stuff for dinner as well. And then Sammy should be home in about 2.5 hours. So maybe we'll get everything done by then. And if we do have a little bit of extra time, we're gonna make some pickled ginger today together. I found a really good recipe for it. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's gonna be a fun stream. Time's gonna go by fast as always. My morning's been flying by. I feel like I haven't even really done anything. I mean, most of it was spent driving. Still worth it. Okay, here's all the knives that I had to wash. Eggs Benny was your special on Sunday. If you had known it had its own day, yeah, you would have changed it. Exactly. When I saw this, I was like, yes, it's on a streaming day. We have to make this. And yeah, Matt, I got 3 dozen so that I don't have to drive out there every week. Because it does take me like an hour to go there and back. So I don't want to make that drive every single week just for eggs. So I try and do it maybe every 2 weeks, depending on how fast we go through them. And they do stay for a month in the fridge. When we pick up the eggs at the hut, there's no refrigeration. They're just sitting out in the air, doing their own thing. How often do we eat eggs? Well, definitely on the weekend, and then depending, I guess, if I bake with them at all. So probably 2 days a week for sure. But Sammy eats more eggs than I do. Like, Sammy will have eggs for a lot of dinners during the week when I'm at work, because that's really quick for him to cook. Yeah, we better use them. And if not, we can always give them to my parents upstairs. Okay, knives washed. Onto our couple of pans. Oh yeah, and we're gonna make hollandaise from scratch today, guys. It's not the first time on stream, so really you guys should be telling me how to make hollandaise by this point. I think this is maybe the 4th time we've done Eggs Benedict together on stream. It's just such a good go-to. Hard-boiled duck eggs. I totally left the mess from yesterday. I ran like 2 loads in the dishwasher last night, which each load is like 2.5 hours. So there goes 5 hours. And I just had these couple of pans, but I slept in a little bit this morning and then did my drive, and now I'm here. So hey, that's life. Judge me, Matt. I'm not perfect, and I love saying that. The smoked salmon turned out so well. I cannot wait to taste it today with everyone. We did a 5-hour cold smoke on the barbecue, so we used pellets. And it was alderwood. Alderwood smoked salmon. Got really nice color on it. Smells so good. Show you in a sec. You're not judging? Yeah, you know from experience. Oh, there's pans left? Yeah, that's totally from the night before. Ready to make eggs Benny, or ready to take on the Night King? Yeah, come at me. I'm so ready for this eggs Benny. It is one of my favorite things to cook, I think. I just love all the ingredients that are involved. Matt, one thing that would make life so much easier for me is an industrial dishwasher, like a restaurant style. Because those cycles are 1.5 minutes. Done and done. It's like, why do home dishwashers take 2.5 hours? Doesn't make sense. But the only thing with like restaurant style dishwashers is that the chemicals are really expensive for them. That's where it kind of gets ya. Okay, this is the last pan, and we're good to go. Starting with the dough today. And we will do maybe a little bit of Eggs Benny history. I think that's a thing that we need in our lives. It's always fun to know where a dish came from. And when. Okay, that feels better. Ready to take on the world. Got our hand towel, that's all clean. Just gotta dry off our knives. What's everyone else eating today? Hopefully someone's gonna partake in this food holiday with us. eggs Benny on the menu. Snarky, you spend about $500 a month on your dishwashing chemicals. Yeah, it's insane. I think at my work, I think every load costs about 5 cents to run. It's like one of my favorite things on those commercial dishwashers is that it does have a ticker every time you put the load through. So I think when Sam and I were working at the brewery, when we opened that together, obviously we saw that dishwasher start at 0. And I think over the 3 years, we saw it get up to like 50,000 loads or something insane like that. You wish you could get some eggs Benedict, but you don't get out till late. No, Matt. Do you ever get food delivered at work, Matt? Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Sometimes, but nothing like that. You get your boss to get it, that's the best. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work, man. Respect. Okay, this bundo. Look at these English muffins. So the recipe is in the recipe command. It's from King Arthur flour. I've made this recipe the night before and proofed it in the fridge, and it works really good. Today, though, I made it at 12:30, so just over 2 hours ago, and it's just been sitting on the counter proofing. So now it's time to take that air out of there and divide it. I think it makes 16 English muffins. So this is a pretty big recipe. And what we have to do, obviously you want 16 very even-sized balls. We're gonna put them onto the pans that we're gonna fry the muffins in. We're gonna kind of proof them in that pan. And then start cooking them in the pan cold. So I have those 2 cast iron pans that we're gonna use. And then the other ones we can just put on a parchment lined baking sheet. And the best thing for that, on the bottom of the muffins so they don't stick, is just some semolina flour. Or you could even use cornmeal, whichever one you have laying around. And then we're gonna let those puff up again, maybe not double the size, but it'll take about an hour, and then we can start cooking them, because they do take a little bit of time to cook as well. This is not a baked good. This is cooked on a griddle. So this is one of those times where if you had a gas stove, one of those griddle inserts would be so good. Sadly, I do not. So we're gonna do it the best that we can. You're grilling salmon tonight. If you have enough butter, you'll make a hollandaise. Yes. Man, salmon and hollandaise is so good too. You just told your boss to get some eggs Benedict for you and it didn't work. Well, what went wrong, man? I think I'm gonna try shaping on this board. We don't have that many things to cut today, I don't think. We'll give it a good wash after, but I want to see how the bread dough shapes on here. So one thing that I will make sure is that I have enough flour so that it doesn't start to stick. It's eggs Benedict. You can get anything to go. Don't give me none of that, Matt. Believe me, I've seen it. I've had people take eggs Benedict to go, and it's like, what is going on? I don't know how that's gonna work. Even ice cream. They're like, can we take our ice cream to go? I'm like, what? Don't you know it's gonna melt? What's going on? Anything is possible, Matt. Oh. Okay, that looks good. One more smoosh in here. Just 'cause Now to try and get this out. This is a little bit sticky, this dough. There is butter and egg in it, though. So it is kind of a rich dough, which you wouldn't really think of an English muffin. But the butter and egg do make it just a little bit easier to work with, I will say that. And the only thing that I kind of changed with this recipe is I did sneak just a touch of buckwheat flour in. I'm trying to see how the different doughs react with a little bit of different flours. I'm not a huge fan of baking with white flour. Definitely more nutritious things to use. But then if you don't use the white flour, usually the dough is just not quite as nice. Like, look at this thing. Unreal. It's so nice. Barely even sticks to the scraper. Clean out the bowl. And English muffins are actually one of my favorite things to make at home. I think probably because you can kind of see them rise as you cook them on the stovetop. So it's not like this thing of looking into the oven watching it bake. It's like this thing that's right in front of you. Just slowly rising. Okay, let's keep this. I'm gonna just soak our bowl a bit so it doesn't get too sticky in there. Are we stretching and folding? No. We're just dividing now, Matt. Because we already did the bulk proof. We did like 2 hours, and I didn't even do my sneaky like oven proofing trick. I wanted to see how it did at room temp. Some flour on our scraper. Where could you find the English muffin recipe? If you use the recipe command, it's the first one, the first link that pops up. There you go. So King Arthur flour English muffins recipe. Yeah, do you have proof that you're proofed? It doesn't look like it's really flaky yet. English muffins, they aren't really flaky. They're more bubbly than anything. Put a little bit of flour on this just for dividing it. Oh yeah, and I was supposed to look at the recipe to see how many. So I was pretty sure it was 16, not 100%. 16 large muffins, correct. Okay, I'm just gonna go in half, I think. Then we'll try and get 8 equal pieces from each little length. I always find it's easier to kind of stretch it out. Kind of the same length and thickness. So let's, even cutting this in half again, and then you just have to do 4. That'll be even easier. Dough is like super fluffy. Love to work with it. It looks pretty even. Maybe this one's a little big. Yeah, Snarky, I typically use King Arthur flour recipes when I'm doing like bread baking of sorts. Just because I like that you can use grams when you're scaling. And then I also like that they have a baker's hotline. that you can phone if your recipe is not working out, and they'll like help you fix it. That's the greatest thing ever. I feel like every recipe needs that. I feel like there would be less of a fear of baking and cooking if there was always this little hotline that you can call when you're like, oh my gosh, it's not turning out. Okay, so same way that we always shape our buns. I don't know if it's gonna have very much friction right now because the board's floured, so I'm gonna start by just kind of folding it into itself. Taking some air out of there as well. You don't want any big air bubbles trapped, because then you'll just have a hollow bun if you let that stay in there. Yeah, I am the hotline. I hope so, Indog. I know these look really small right now, but they are gonna get like double in size. And we definitely don't want a seam of any sorts. Do one more little flour. Try and get this perfect first one, and then see how I'm gonna do the rest of them. It's so small! Definitely not like a pizza dough ball. Okay, there we go. So nice and smooth. If we turn it over, there's not really any lines or holes that you can clearly see. I'm gonna leave that there for a sec. Go put it in the more floured area. Mom just asking me to cook for her. Can you put the meat pie in the oven, she says. I'll say okay. Hey guys, I'll say okay. So now, our cast iron pan that we're gonna cook these in later. Open up our semolina. Get a nice coating on the bottom of the pan. You really don't want it to stick, right? And this stuff is cheap, so save yourself the hassle. Don't be shy. And that is all we're doing, guys. So definitely leave enough space in the pan to cook them properly, because they are gonna probably double in size at least. So we'll probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 around the edge and 1 in the center. And then we want to, as we roll the muffins, keep them covered, because we don't want them to dry out as they keep proofing. So just a little dish towel is what I do. Just put that over top, and that way it won't dry out too much. Okay, let's keep going. Not a sheet pan, Matt. These do not get baked in the oven. This is like a flat top or griddle bread. Didn't something to this stick to this pan last stream? No, that was the blue one yesterday. I don't know why the blue one was giving us troubles. Yeah, the halibut was sticking. I can just confirm and say that I did not have the pan hot enough when I put the pieces of the fish in. Had the heat too low. It should have been like smoking. The fish should have been sliding around when I put it in there, and it totally wasn't. My own fault, guys. Yeah, the halibut. And the pierogies. Come on, little guy. There we go. I think it might help if I wash my hands off a bit, even. Got all this stuff that's stuck onto them off of there. Probably roll these a little bit easier. wants sticky dough hands. Indog, I want to give you the update that we just finished off the last of the coffee that you sent us. Thank you so much, man. It was so, so good. Quintino's. You don't know how you feel about English muffins? So you mean to tell me, Matt, that you didn't know they were kind of fried and not baked? I'm a little bit surprised right now. This process, this is like my favorite process. What do you mean you don't like it? You can't say these things to me. It's in the name, man. It's called a muffin. Bread is always baked. Not this time. There are steamed breads. That's so true, Indog. And we are going to be doing that next week on stream together when we make the steamed barbecue pork buns. Yum! I haven't had those in a long time, and that's something that I miss having in Vancouver. Okay, let's semolina our next pan, and then probably have to just get a little sheet pan to proof the other ones on. And then we'll definitely have extra muffins for Sammy to use for dinner and or lunches. And they freeze up so well after they're baked, I will say that, guys. These are a great thing to make a big batch of and then freeze IQF after. There is a baked version of an English muffin. I wonder how it would turn out though. The gauchos made breads in pots in South America. Yeah. This dough is so soft though, guys. Like, it's so supple. It's crazy. It turns out better. We'll see, Matt. I would like you to test that theory. There we go. Now it's looking good. Ah. Maybe it wasn't that good yet. I'm not liking doing the buns on this cutting board, guys. I think I like either a granite counter or a metal table the best. That's my opinion. A stone counter or metal. Your favorite bread making method is deep frying? Dirty. Too porous. Maybe. Just doesn't have the same friction. Like, maybe the wood is better for doing like big loaves, but not for rolling buns. Yeah, fry bread is so freaking good. I think I prefer stone better. But it probably does depend on the type of dough that you're working with as well. Like, I know all the bakers say that wood tables are the best, but maybe it's also because I haven't used one in a long time. Yeah, and the type of wood. That's true, Matt. There's so many factors, right? This little spot though, this spot right here that I'm using is being pretty good to me right now. Shouldn't speak too soon though. Hello, Nike. How are you doing today? What is the best wood for making bread dough? Large, hard maple surface is perfect for kneading bread dough, rolling out pizza or pie dough, working with pastry dough, and many other tasks. Now we know. Googler. The Googler with the confirmation. I'm doing well, Nike. Thanks for asking. We're just rolling at the moment. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock now. I'm gonna set a half an hour timer because I think these guys will be good to go in that amount of time. And we can start cooking them slowly. I'll do these last 5. And then we can quickly pop outside, do our little garden harvest. And actually, no, sorry. First we'll do our tomato confit. Get that in the oven. You're doing fabulous, Nike. You started your job, right? Or not quite yet? Oh, Matt and Blake, how are you guys? It starts Tuesday the 23rd. Okay, nice. You're on a bit of vacay. I think you need that. You totally need that. And hi, Rook. Welcome in. Just got to text the mums back about the pie. Oh man, I had slightly too much to drink. That was me the other night. Sam and I got home from the staff party and we're drunk. It was a while since I felt like that. It was really nice though. It was fun. I don't drink that often anymore. But when you got good company, it's always a good time. You had 99% too much to drink? Oh, goodness. What was it, beer? Are you celebrating anything, Omet? Yeah, why not give that extra 1%? Just commit the full way, Omet. You had a house evening where you had a nice night with the roommates. Aw, that's so awesome. Nice little social drinking night. You have to get up in 7 hours. That's why you didn't go for the last 1%. 7 hours, that's a long time still. You'll be just fine. Usually you go to bed with like 5 hours until you have to get up. So I'm impressed. Being responsible, oh Matt. 2019, OMAT does not give that last 1%. Someone is graduating and you're attending it. Okay, fine. Yeah, are we making pizza or something? Nope, we're making eggs Benedict today. So this is the dough for the homemade English muffins. I'm gonna start cooking them in about half an hour, I think. It's going to be so good. Yeah, you should at least look a little bit interested. It's true. Yeah, you graduated. You did it. Carrot potato, how's it going? Okay, our last 5 little muffins, we'll cover those up. Yeah, fascinating. I like making buns. It's true. Got all our little buns covered. I just gotta wipe off the board. I'm not a huge fan of like floury messes. I will say that. At least not in the house. Like the workplace, I can say I probably don't care as much. You can like wipe stuff up onto the floor and then you just do like one sweep at the end of the day. It's like if you have flour everywhere at home, it's kind of a pain in the butt to clean up. Yeah, just wash it after you get all that big stuff. I think this will wash off just fine. Mrs. Curly Hair. Yeah, that's me, Vune. How are you doing today, man? Am I a Mrs.? I'm not a Mrs. quite yet. You can get away with that still. I think there's like 300 and... I don't know, 5 days left until the wedding. Only 305 days left. I get my shit together. Okay, just gotta set an alarm for 4:30. Gotta put the meat pie in the oven for Mom. Alarm. 4:30 p.m. Good to go. Okay, so next up for our eggs Benedict, we're going to make some tomato confit to put into the mix. I think that's going to be really good with the smoked salmon, for sure, which I can show you guys now because it looks freaking awesome. So we cold smoked this yesterday with the pellet smoker, just in the barbecue, so it's not actually cooked through. This was at a really low heat. I think maybe 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And then after it was done smoking, after the 5 hours, I vacuum sealed it right away. And then that way the smoke flavor is gonna penetrate all the way through there. And then to cook this is we're just gonna put it in the Anova. So in the sous vide for an hour at 120 Fahrenheit. So we're gonna keep it like kind of medium rare in the center. So it's really nice and soft still. It's not gonna get dried out. It's gonna be so good. Vune, your back hurts. Oh no. Carrot potato, you're preparing yourself to call the restaurant you want to work for at the internship tomorrow. It's like anxiety is an interesting thing, how it affects you. It's like sometimes you can't differentiate if you're like anxious or just super excited to do something. So just like push yourself to take that chance. You know, I got in a funk like that as well, as like I was kind of scared of calling people and talking to people. It's like if you don't make that call, that's just another day that you're like postponing what you actually want to do with your life. So I challenge you to make that call, carrot potato. And you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. There's always that option that you're gonna get told no with whatever you do. And you have to be okay with that. But for the most part, you're gonna get told yes. Starbucks, you dumped a bag of flour on you to see if you could be a ghost. How did that work? Did people still see you? And the fact that your English history teacher is a leftist and pushes her beliefs on you during the lectures. Really? That's bad. I don't know if there's anyone you can talk to about that, because I don't think that professors are supposed to do that to their students. That's not really sticking to the curriculum. Nike, I read yours. I didn't know if I should say it out loud. Okay, we're gonna put this back in the fridge. Let's get our tomatoes. This is a recipe from Jeffrey Zakarian from Food Network. And basically what confit tomatoes are, confit means to cook in fat. So this recipe, not actually correct in the way that the process is, because you're kind of oven drying it, because you're not actually submerging it in fat, which that is actually what confit is. Most of the time it's done with meat. But we're gonna cut these into nice bite-sized chunks, toss them with olive oil, some chopped up thyme, garlic, maybe some rosemary, and basil even is always a good option with tomatoes. And then we're gonna preheat our oven to 300 Fahrenheit right now. And it's gonna slowly bake and kind of concentrate in flavor. Get really nice and soft. Maybe I'll use one more because this is gonna shrink kind of in half. I'm gonna go grab a little bit of thyme and some dill as well for our hollandaise sauce. I just have to run upstairs. And then we'll get this going. You don't want to stir anything up, Yoon. Well, I don't know about you, but when I was in university, we were able to like rate our professors after the class and leave reviews and stuff. So I would recommend trying to do that. Because that's just not fair to people. Yeah, keep your head low, pass the class, never see her again. Good to go. You realized the other day on how much you hate normal onion. What do you mean, Matt? What does that even mean, normal onion? welcome back. We got our thyme, got a little bit of dill for our hollandaise, so I'll just put that in the fridge for now. Our plants are so small still, so we don't have that much to choose from yet. Get some garlic. And this biznatch. Oh, normal onion. Yeah, it's crunchy and disgusting. It's so bad raw. It's so bad. Yeah, cookie, but French onion soup. So good. It's true. So freaking good. Okay, let's get a little bit of parchment to line our pan. Because you want to keep all of the juices that are going to come out of the tomato, you want to keep that on the parchment. You don't want it to kind of bake onto the pan. It's like liquid gold. Let's just call it that. You want to keep that with the tomatoes so you can kind of stir it back into them. Really important. You feel that way with yellow onions, but drowning cheese in it contributes to the awesomeness. So true. Freaking love French onion soup. You love ketchup, but you love ketchup. You love ketchup, but you hate tomato. I feel like a lot of people have that issue though. Okay, let's do like 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. We're gonna make it garlicky. Care Potato, you're excited about your gooseberry plant. Yes. And your Moroccan mint plants are regrowing its leaves as well. Everything's coming together. So that means you've been having good weather then over there. If things are starting to pop up and grow again. So our oven is ready anytime for us. That was that beep. I'm gonna use a garlic press for the garlic. You're thinking about leaving that as a present to your favorite English history teacher. Could be construed as an attack. Yeah, don't do it. Oh god, chocolate covered onions and apples? That's so bad. That would ruin me forever, I think. Unforgivable, Vian. Beer battered onion rings are so good. It's true, Cookie. It's true. You would only eat the breading? Really, Matt? Even though the breading completely tastes like onion already, though. Oh, nervous. Yeah, eggs. Eggs will be coming out a little bit later for ya. Still prepping everything else for the Benedict right now. But we're gonna make some tasty eggs later. Nice little soft poach, if you will. Garlic is just going everywhere. I don't know what's going on. It's a good amount of garlic in there. Scrape out all the good stuff from the press as well, since it's gonna get cooked down anyways. We're not gonna waste anything here. Okay, we got 10 minutes on our English muffins that are proofing. Have a little peek, see what's going on over here. Oh yeah, they're getting bigger. Okay, this pan's probably like full almost. Sweet. It's looking good. You like the onion seepage flavor. The honesty comes out. The truth comes out, Matt. The wording is terrible, but I totally understand what you mean. Your wife hates calamari, so you introduced her to onion rings and later switched them out for fried calamari. She actually said, oh, these are delicious. We should buy them again. Vune, you're bad. I like that though, but you're bad. What she won't know won't hurt her. Yeah, you're not even denying it. Bad to the bone. You're going to bed now, Carrot Potato, because you're really tired. You're gonna go watch the VOD tomorrow. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for popping by for a little bit. And stay strong. You got the power. You can do it. Okay, so now we're gonna flip those onto the flat side. We cut out all the little stem pieces. I'm gonna do, I think, 4 slices lengthwise this way. And then maybe 3 cuts when we turn it. So you get nice bite-sized pieces, because you have to think that these are gonna kind of shrink by half. So you don't want to cut it too small, because then you'll just kind of have tomato dusty, hard things. Obviously, if the tomato's a bit smaller, be aware of how you're cutting it. This is really good actually with cherry tomatoes. I think it's the best when you use cherry tomato, because then you can only cut it in half and keep the cut side flipped up so that the tomato skin kind of holds all the juices in there and it cooks back into itself. Rather than this, like all the juice is kind of coming out. Gonna be maybe a little bit drier. Vune, okay, she knows now. You told her now at least that you switched the calamari rings. I think I need to put my knife on the steel, guys. You gotta trick her into liking things. The struggle is real. Yeah, we can't even cut through tomato skin. This is terrible. Send help. Yeah, forceful culinary persuasion. I can't do it, Rook. I can't do it. I hit my limit. Slow and steady wins the race. Should be good now. Let's see. Oh god. That was like stressing me out. Not even joking. Like trying to cut through those tomatoes. It's like stress that I didn't even know was there. So much better. We're gonna make it through, guys. We're gonna make it. Early 90s. Thanks, Nike. I'm trying to keep my hair out of my face today. I don't know. Chillin'. Minimal effort involved. I feel like when I do my hair like this, it makes me look really young. Like if I went to the liquor store right now, I'd for sure get ID'd. Okay, so pick all the hard stems off of the thyme. We're gonna chop this up nice and fine. And then we're gonna dress the tomatoes with a little bit of balsamic vinegar and some olive oil. Really, really simple. And some salt and pepper. Definitely need to season it. But we can't go overboard with the salt because we have to keep in mind that it's gonna concentrate in flavor. So just use a little bit less than you think you would need. Yum. This is gonna be so good. These are like one of my favorite things to have with breakfast. Confit tomatoes. Alvin! Finally! This was the first dish we made together. Aww! Good old eggs, Benny. I love that. Thanks for reminding me of that, Elvin. Hope you are okay, man. Hopefully not working too hard. Yes, Nike, you totally should make your own pico. Do it up. Pico de gallo is awesome, and it does last in the fridge for quite a while. Okay, a little bit of balsamic. Pico goes good with a lot of things, Nike. And some good old extra virgin olive oil. You can use quite a bit of that. You don't want the tomatoes to dry out. There's a reason they're called confit. So we want a good amount of fat here. Nike, you don't like hollandaise? How come? What throws you off in the hollandaise? Yeah, Dark Elvin not working hard. That would be the day the sun stopped shining. We maybe know him a little too well, Vune. Okay, this looks good. I always like to give it a little taste too before I put it on the sheet pan. That's gonna be good. So as the balsamic vinegar reduces, that's gonna make it more sweet. If your tomatoes aren't super sweet, which they probably aren't right now because it's not tomato season. And we do want to keep like all of this liquid on here. It's gonna make this tomato caramel type thing going on. You'll see, guys. You'll see. And I just do this. And then the garlic is going to kind of slowly roast in the oven. So it's not going to be as strong in flavor as it is right now, as it's raw. Nike doesn't trust the Holland. We do kind of want to spread this out. We definitely don't want it piled on top of itself. But we do kind of want all the tomatoes to be in that juice still. So that looks pretty good to me. I don't want the juice to run off the side either. So I'm going to put that in the oven now. And I think we'll do maybe a 15-minute timer for this, and then we'll swivel it and do another 15. But these will take maybe about an hour minimum, up to probably 3-ish hours, depending on how dry you want to go. I'm gonna go somewhere in the middle so they're still a little bit juicy. So actually, why don't I do a half an hour timer? I feel like that'll be better. Don't have to watch it as closely. Is that a Ondog the chef I see? Nike, it's the flavor, and when you were younger, you tried it and it wasn't ready. It kind of just reminds me of scrambled eggs, but it's really smooth, because literally all it is like egg yolk and butter. Let's not talk about how you're the freaking superhero with how the office is melting down. Insane. You would be that person, wouldn't you? I can see it. Leaving right now, Sammy. Nice. You guys are heading home early. Whoop, whoop. Sam's working with my dad. So they're doing handyman stuff today. But they've been leaving at like 6:30 in the morning. Sam's converted him. Okay. So our English muffins, the timer's gonna go off right away for them. We can start cooking those, I think, on the stove top. Our confit tomatoes in the oven. What we need to do, poach the eggs still, obviously. Make our garlicky kale to go on to the eggs Benedict as well, and make the hollandaise, and then cook the salmon for an hour at kind of, I think 125 Fahrenheit should be good. So I think now, let's kind of slowly turn on our pans on the stove top. Start cooking these little guys up. Hopefully they're not sticking together too much. Just give them a little turn if you feel like they might be. A little swivel, if you will. And we don't want to go super high heat because we're gonna have to cook this all the way through on the stove top. So I think like a medium heat is gonna be perfect. Look at these ones. Put that right in the center. Move it over for a sec. Oh no! Let go! Maybe we'll only do 4 in that pan. Spread it out a bit more. So still medium heat on this pan as well. Let that come up. I'm gonna set myself, probably a 5-minute timer for now, and then we're gonna quickly head outside, pick the kale that we need for our dinner, then come back in and prep it up, and that way we can check on the muffins, because I don't want them to brown too quick. I don't want the bottom to brown before it's gonna be cooked through. Although you can cheat and put them into the oven if you feel like that's what you did. I have done that before. Shh, though, don't tell anyone. Okay, I'm just gonna take that camera outside. You're doing so much triage at work. The managing partner came to apologize to you today. Wow, well that's good. At least they know that shit's going down. Shows pans the Sammy beard. Oh, yeah. Bleached whale. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I'm still here. Just not here. I'm behind you. Don't look, though. Don't look. It'll be okay. The good news is it's not raining. Longest cord of life. how this looks. Sorry, that tripod was like falling apart out there. It's all right. It's kind of sideways, isn't it? It's a little bit crooked. See if I can fix it. Plus the lighting is really bad, isn't it? Not so good, huh? Go like this. How's that? Better. Okay, so our muffs, pretty sure that took like 5 minutes anyways. Oh man! They are cooking already. I'm gonna give them a little swirl. Just to make sure they're not sticking at all, but it's looking like they're cooking at maybe the perfect temp. Maybe the left pan is a little too high. Yeah, Amy checked in. He is doing okay. He is doing okay. He was in yesterday's stream. He had his dad over last week, and now his mom is here this week taking care of him still. And he's been getting lots of food brought to him from his work peeps and stuff, so he said everything's well, just waiting on results. That's all I know. Would I be willing to put some pics of the garden on Discord? Yeah, totally. I put a couple up there today, actually. I think there's a bird in the bird bath right now. The robin totally having a bath in the bird bath. I was like, why does it sound like there's a bird gonna come in here? I wish that the camera was pointed there, but I don't think we're gonna get it. It's like literally just on the left. Dang it. Well, maybe he'll come back when I go out there. Okay, I just want to wiggle some of these muffins around a little bit more. You're sorry he missed, or you're sorry you missed him? He's okay. Don't worry. Send him a message. He'll know you're okay. Whew! Okay, these ones are baking quick in this pan. I'm going to turn down the heat a touch. Look at that, guys. Okay, I might get stuck in here for these couple of minutes while we're baking these. These look awesome though. Like, do you see the rise on these? They're gonna be like 2 inches tall. Fluffiest things ever. Kind of why they're my favorite. Because they're just so obnoxiously fluffy. I might even just put this left pan into the oven to kind of bake as they finish on the other side. just a little bit quicker. Okay, I just turned the camera to face the bird bath, so hopefully if the robin comes back, we can watch him. See if these guys need a little flippity flip. I think we can. The dough is definitely sticky, so just be careful that they don't stick to each other, especially as they cook. Yum. Yeah, where there are robins, there is a Batman. Sam said he has seen bats flying around our backyard. I cannot confirm though. Actually, maybe I can. Maybe I've seen a couple. That's why we do have to be careful with leaving our door open. I feel like one day a bird might come in here by accident. Okay, those tomatoes in the oven are smelling so good. Deliciously garlicky tomatoes. Good night, Vune. Thanks for popping in. I hope you have a wonderful sleep. And I guess I'll see you on Sunday. Sunday fun day. I think that's what we'll do, guys, is we'll kind of just finish the muffins in the oven. Woo! That one's getting a little bit dark. Okay, let's swivel it out. Switch spots. I'm gonna turn this pan down now as well. And then we just need one more round, I think, in the big pan. What do we have left? 2, 4, 6, yes. Longer on our frying pan ones. So we'll put both pans in at the same time. We're rolling, rolling, rolling. If it was a bird, it would be no accident that you found, yeah, its way into the kitchen. High risk, high reward. Yeah, you see Vune at 4 a.m. when you get up. I believe it. I believe that. Okay, well, I guess while we're waiting, we can set up the stovetop for our poaching pot. And our little double boiler for our hollandaise as well. Don't want to waste any time. I don't want to walk away from the muffins and go do garden stuff right now, just because I don't want to burn them. So we'll use this guy, this orange one, as our double boiler, I think. We're just gonna fill it about halfway with water. we're gonna use for the double boiler, we don't want it to actually touch the water. So maybe I won't use that pot because it's a little bit too big. Feel like more like yourself chilling here than almost every hour of your day. I love that. Aw, feel comfy? Well, think about that. Like if this is something that you've done over the past year, like this is part of your routine. So it might even feel weird if you don't do it, right? Internet friends are a weird, awesome thing. We are lucky to have that experience, I think. Okay, that's way better. So there's that. I'll get a medium-sized pot filled with water. We'll put a little bit of vinegar to poach our eggs. And then all we have to do is heat it up. I'm gonna take that one pan of muffins out as well. Our frying pan. No burnage. Those feel good, guys. I think we need a little close-up on them, though, so you can see how much they actually rise. It's like, look at that. One, awesome. The nicest English muffins, like, ever. So now we can just put those onto a cooling rack to dry. The sides are a little soft still, but they feel like they're cooked through. And if you're not actually sure, you can totally use a thermometer. And the inside should register around 195 Fahrenheit. Kaga, thank you for the follow. Thank you. The chat looks like it was yesterday. Yeah, between you, Matt, and my drops. Quite a few lurkers in the last little bit, Nike. I will say that. It's kind of a thing that I've just come to accept. I mean, during the week, most people are at work, right? So I can't expect everyone to be chatting at the same time. Like, you can tell how soft the sides are because when I squish it, like, my finger leaves a mark. Okay, let's check our larger pan. Yeah, you guys were totally joshing each other. Are a little bit soft still. You know what I'm gonna do is put some of them in the frying pan just to keep baking. They'll just fit. I'll put that back in the oven and then keep this one heating up to do the last 6. Okay, rolling right along. I think I'm just gonna empty out the semolina that's in here. Kind of wipe it clean. Because it's getting a little bit dark, and we don't want that burnt flavor at all, right? So that's how the pan looks after the first few. Just wipe that out. Chalk it up as a loss, but at least our muffins didn't stick. Now I can start over. The Shackmeister Ale? What's that? Should I know what that is, Elvin? Okay, guys. The last 6. Put them in the pan. Shake Shack has their own beer now. Okay. Now, any excess kind of semolina that I have, I'm just going to put a little bit over the top. You don't want it to stick on the other side when you flip it either. Done and done. You're not a fan of it. It's probably a pretty basic beer that's just really drinkable for everyone. You're gonna now tell me, no, it is not drinkable. And I'll say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tuesday. Soon. Soon. Hi, doggo. What do you need? Are you good? What you doing? Look what we made. We made muffins. Hey, back it up. Maybe I'll go feed Doggo while we're heating up the other ones. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Okay. Ah! She's getting crazy. You know what it is. If I don't do it now, she won't stop bugging us. Just want to check on these other muffins first. We'll leave them in for the next minute or so. These ones, we're okay. Okay, I'll be back. 2 minutes. Make sure no one fudges around in here. Hold down the fort, guys. Get your swords ready. Okay. Phew. Okay, here's this pan. Next batch, good to go. You will slice their throats. What? You guys are crazy. So they cannot type anymore. Oh, the trolls. Okay. I think those are done. They're like almost too fluffy. I'll tempt them. I'm a little worried. Give them a little check with this thermometer. Oh yeah, we're good. They're 200 Fahrenheit. Good to go. Look at how good those are looking. I love making these because the cleanup is so easy as well. Yeah, what lovely buns you got there. Thanks, Izzy. Thank ya. They're looking good so far. Thanks, Matt. See? You were skeptical. They're a little bit kind of smooshed on the side. But I feel like that's because we just didn't cook them quite long enough in the pan. But man, they are smelling so good. That is ready to flip. Okay, that's coming up to half an hour on our tomatoes as well. Yeah, oh, they got nooks and crannies for sure, Indog. And yes, only a fork to open these. Do not cut them. That's the mistake a lot of people make, is that they use a serrated knife to cut their English muffins open. Then you don't get as many holes. You don't get all the nooks and crannies. So we're just going to use the fork to open them up. So tomatoes, let's see what's going on. That's what's happening. A little bit of browning action and drying on the edges, but nothing too crazy yet. So these will probably take an hour. We'll set another half an hour timer and check them at that point. I think we'll be good to go. Holy shit, you guys should see the ones in the pan right now. Insane. Okay, so back to our poaching pot really quick. That is the pot on the top right corner. Is we just filled it halfway with water. Let's add our little bit of white vinegar, which is gonna help the egg white coagulate and stay together. And that's how you have really nice poached eggs. So I only do like a drip. I know there's no measurement, but I would say a tablespoon or so, if you were to measure. Just a little drip. That's all. Sounds simple enough, right? Nike, you have the best buns. Most people compare you to King's Hawaiian rolls. I don't know what that is, but I believe you, man. King's Hawaiian rolls, that sounds delicious. Okay, I'm gonna be back in like 30 seconds. you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the circulator. Start heating it up. And I said 125 Fahrenheit. We're at 160 or 69 right now. So it's got about double the temp to heat up. They're so good. You guys are like freaking out over these King's Hawaiian rolls. What is this? I need to experience this in my life. Yeah, if I ever tried them, it'd be over for me. I'd be ruined. Ah, Izzy, you cheat a little bit with the poached eggs. You put them in the shell in the boiling water for 30 seconds, and that way they stay together when they're cracked. I like it. I like it. Okay, I'm supposed to check Discord. Let's see what's going on. What? Those are the hot dog buns. Are they just like the sweetest, softest buns ever? They look so good. So good. You had a pack in the kitchen. Just happened to have one there, hey? Look at this guy's like blowing out the side. I don't know what happened to this muffin. Shit's cray though. Okay, now I'm gonna flip these back over. These seem to be cooking actually the nicest. Turn off our burner. I don't know what happened to this guy though. He's a little deformed. Put them in the oven. We'll do 5-ish minutes. And then we'll check them again. So I guess we do need some butter in a little pot. We need our butter for the hollandaise. So I did need that little orange pot that I had earlier. And then we're pretty much set up. Good to go. Put that there for a sec. Hollandaise for 2 people is a little bit difficult to make, I will say that. I always kind of end up with more. They're perfect for hot sausages. Like spicy sausages in the sweet buns. I can see that. You guys are nuts. Grilled onions and peppers, spicy mustard, sauerkraut. I'm dead, Nike. I died. Can't say these types of things, man. Godric, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm done, Nike. I've died. And tell Sammy what happened. Okay, so I'm gonna do like half a cup of butter to melt for our hollandaise. And we shouldn't need the butter for anything else here. Put that back. Take some eggs out as well while we're here. I don't even have that pan on, it's just still hot. It's hot from the muffins. So I'm gonna say I will use maybe 1 duck egg yolk, probably 2 duck egg yolks. And then I'll have an egg and Sammy will have 2. So we need 5 eggs all day. So melty, meltity. I'm gonna take the salmon out for us as well. That big piece of deliciousness. Just gonna put it on the circulator as it heats up so that the salmon can kind of warm up at the same time. That's a good way to do it. The salmon. The Solomon. Those buns, though. I can't say any more right now. Owners, you have never cooked fish? What? How? Why? Yeah, prepare yourself for the beating. The beefing. The bearting. When you guys make a typo, it makes me feel a little bit better when I can't actually talk. So thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate you. This pan we are done with. There is semolina everywhere. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, those ones turned out the best, for sure. Look at those guys. Fluffy muffins. Now we're just gonna let them cool. Matt, you're working too much. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, man. If you wanted me to say it, I will. Okay, let's put the last of these onto the cooling tray, and then we can finally go outside. So these ones, a little bit wrinkled. Maybe not cooked quite enough in the pan first, because the ones that we just made are like perfect. Your mom always cooked the fish horribly and it turned you off. Yeah, that's kind of what happens to a lot of people. It's like food was cooked wrong for them for like their whole life growing up, and it's just, they're scarred a little bit. It's weird mind trickery where you're like, I don't want to make it terrible. Or you're just used to it being terrible. It's a crazy thing. If you try, you wouldn't know where to begin. But you've watched me cook so many times. And plus, you never know if you don't try. You need to make those mistakes first before you know what's bad and what's good, what's proper, what's not. Yeah, boneless cod fillet is like the most basic. You can dress that however you want. It's also like one of the most mild tasting fish. Yeah, noted. Ramsey's really good at explaining how to cook fish. I will say that. Even if he's a little bit crazy, guys, he's definitely good with cooking fish. Okay, everything is set. Let's go outside. We're gonna turn the inside mic off and turn the outside one on. We're gonna start harvesting a little bit of kale. That was for the birds in the bath. Oh god, the raindrops are starting. We gotta go quick, guys. Yeah, the kids in the background. Hurry. Okay, so we're gonna pick all the big leaves of kale. Da, da, da. That was me one time. Look at this one's huge. But usually we do pick from the bottom up. That's just how things grow, right? This stuff is insane, though. Casual rainy harvesting. That's life, right, guys? That's life. At least it's still warm out. It's raining everywhere. Yeah, raindrops are falling on my head. Ah. Grass in the garden? No thanks. Weeds gone. Pick that shit out. Oh my gosh. It's legit coming down. Been getting such a big harvest from these. I got a big one last week that I almost used up already. Now all of this week. They're gonna have to go in and wash it up. Maybe a couple more from over here. Raised beds, yeah, it is the greatest thing ever. So this is where we fill the bed, and then there's a spout on the opposite side of this where if there's too much water that comes in, whether you put too much in or there's just too much rain, is it drains itself, so it never gets too much water. And it saves the rainwater, so it doesn't cost us as much to water in the summer because it does get really dry here. Okay, I think that's good. And the rain is stopping. We might have lucked out, guys. Okay, that's a lot. Like, I got 2 pretty big piles here already. And usually I feel like it doesn't even look like I took much off of the plants. But the more you pick, the better it will grow. So I have to be really diligent on picking every single week. Like, look at that. Crazy. So much kale. Okay, I'm here. So I'm gonna pick a little bit of the sprouting broccoli as well. Yeah, and the dreaded snails, that's so true. I found a couple of slugs the other day and I was like, no! These ones have really big leaves. It's really nice and soft too. It's not a really hard green, so you don't have to cook it that much. And these I grew over the winter as well. So everything in this bed was planted, I think, in October last year. So the kale will definitely last over the summer. It's really easy to take care of, but these, the broccoli stuff, probably be done pretty soon. And then I think I'm gonna do spinach. I use a lot of spinach in my smoothies for Sam and I. This is massive. Yeah, spinach is so good. We're getting spinach at work right now from a local farm. It is huge. Like, the leaves are massive. I was saying we should do like a dolmade or stuff something inside of it. Sorry, my door keeps flying open from the wind. Just dump a ton of water on me. Matt, why would you want that? My hair is still wet from the shower anyways, so I don't really care that much. It's doing its own thing. This is going to be a good haul as well. And Doggo loves these stems. I'm going to go try and get her out here. Have a little bit of snack. Snackety snack. She goes nuts for them. Okay, that looks like I took quite a bit off, hey? Look at this pile. Ah, the bee found me. Yeah, for the lulz, it's true. You guys get bored easily? He's gonna be like, no, it's raining out. This is the worst. Do you love it? Okay, did my timer go off yet? For Mom's Pie in 9 minutes. Most top restaurants have their own gardens. It's true. It's true, it's true. Another one. Such a good little muncher. We found out that she's allergic to sweet potatoes. My mom made her a bunch of sweet potato chips for like a healthy snack for the dog, and she got a rash from them. So now we resort to garden things. King Russell, hi! She'll just keep munching. Yeah, she's really good. She loves food. What's this? Poshers! Yeah, farm fresh veggies. Woohoo! Ow! Ready? Good girl. Okay, almost done. 3 more and then we'll go inside. Get out of the rain. Ah! Send help. The rooster agrees. Come here. Down. She's like, I'm not putting my belly on the ground. Clean it up, girl. Last one. Okay, I'm going inside. I'm gonna switch back to the kitchen. Hope this was fun, guys. Garden needed it. Look at this. Huge pile. Yeah, Doggo's like, it's raining. We did it. We did it. Come on, girl. We're back, guys. Just gonna bring that camera in before it gets too wet. Okay, we're at 4:30. Just gotta pop upstairs for a sec and put a pie in the oven. And then I think it's time to kind of start cooking. I'm gonna do a little bit of prep for the kale. It is just like a garlic feast in here right now. It smells so good. Okay. We're free. We're here. Yeah, pie. Put a tortilla in the oven, a meat pie. A French-Canadian meat pie. Family recipe. Grabbing some water. I'm a little bit parched. And our stuvie is up to temp, so I'm going to put that salmon in there now.
Oh, yeah.
What is this?
Good evening, all hope ye well, Kate.
Mama Reagan! How are you? You've subscribed for 11 months? Oh my goodness. Thank you for all of the support. I know you're not here too often, but I hope you can still catch my streams. I know that you're one person that always watches my VODs. I hope you and Papa are well and the kids are good. Okay, let's wipe this pan out. Done with our cast iron pans for now. Still a little warm though. Yeah. I think I might have to try one of these muffins, guys. What do we think about that? You can. What? Okay, salmon's going in. You guys heard that beep? Okay, so these ones on the end are the best ones. I think this is going to be the one that we use for our eggs Benedict. Like, look at that rise. You do not get that from store-bought ones. I'm going to take the ugliest one. I'm going to take the ugliest one and give it a little taste test. You're good, and the kids are great. That's so good to hear, Mama. Are English muffins and gravy a thing? Like a sausage gravy? Because I can see that being really good in dog. Even if it's not a thing, we can make this a thing. Instead of like a biscuit. Let's see. Yeah. That's fluffy for sure. A sandwich thing. Steak and egg. Yeah. You're staring at the tray, and that's what you were thinking of. Mmm. They're so fluffy and yeasty. Like, that's so yummy. It should focus if I don't drop it. Yum. Yeah, English muffin sandwiches. That's why I know for me to make that full recipe of 16 muffins, that's perfect for Sammy to keep as a little snacky. Way better than store-bought, for sure. They're so soft. They're not like that dense, hard thing that's going on. Mmm. Yum. Okay, tomato timer is about to go off again, so that'll be our hour mark. Our salmon's in, so that's kind of our hour as well. The salmon, minimum half an hour in the circulator. That was the pie alarm. So minimum half an hour for the salmon in the circulator, but we can go up to an hour without it drying out too much. So let's do our kale. And we can start to work on the hollandaise, I guess. We can do that a little bit ahead of time. There we are. Okay, now something's going on. Now we got some cookage. See how that's starting to reduce? Tomatoes are going kind of more golden, especially on this end. Yes, that's what you want. So the balsamic's just like cooking into there. So this side, I think I'm just gonna swivel the pan and maybe do another 15, 20 minutes. But this is looking good. I think English muffin with a sourdough dough would be the best thing ever, Matt. This is something we'll work on together, I think, on stream. I do want to start doing more sourdough with you guys. Okay, that was like the perfect little snack, but I think I'm gonna finish this piece. Because fresh bread is just so good. Okay, salad spinner. Let's get into this. There's semolina everywhere. Good thing I'm vacuuming today later. Probably that's enough. So as always, when we start processing the kale, is we want to zip the stem out. Just like that. And then we get this perfect little leaf with no hard woody pieces in it. It ain't sour, mate. There are store-bought ones that are sourdough English muffins, though. They do have that nice sour taste. I really like that. It's really good with the eggs Benedict. Mama Reagan, have you cooked anything awesome lately for yourself or the kids? Yeah, the texture. Texture is a big one. For sure, Matt. Okay, now I think I'll chop this up and then wash it. So how I usually do the kale is I stack it on top of itself and then slice it down the center. So we'll make 2 stacks of leaves. 1. It's a tougher dough. Yeah, totally. Sourdough definitely is. It's about the timing of it. Because whenever you take longer for something to proof, is you're going to have more structure in the dough. And the flavor will be better. So like quick rise yeast and quick rise breads are not good for you. It's not the best thing to have or make for yourself. The longer you can ferment and rise the bread, the better it will be. Limping Lemons? Subscribe for 9 months in a row? You're still here, Lemon? This makes me so happy. Please say something in chat. She is like OG. Okay, so in half that way. And then I'm just gonna do kind of thin slices. So kind of our sizing is gonna be around this size. Those little scraps. The last thing you made, Mama, was with Sky. Ah, the chocolate chip cookies. They were good? Yummy. Is Sky enjoying the cooking class? Yay! Yay, Lemon! That makes me so happy that you're still here. Oh, I hope you are well. Hope the weather's good by you too. This kale is so nice and soft. Nothing like that curly crap that you get in the store. It's just like rock hard and chewy. You definitely don't have to cook this one as much. So this one's called a Tuscan kale, or dinosaur kale is another name for it. I might do, maybe we'll cook up some of the broccoli greens as well. But let's wash up this kale first so that it's ready to go for the eggs Benedict. We got all the bugs and dirt off of there. Give it a spin. Get all the water off. Wow, Limping Lemon, 9 months. That's awesome. I'm gonna make you VIP. I hope you're okay with that. But this has to be done. Like, you're for sure an OG. VIP status. Yes. Love it. Sky likes the class and she asked to put your name down for the next one. Yes, that's so awesome, Mama. Teaching those kidlets how to cook early on. That's important. Yeah, you must have been doing something right, eh? Interstellar, guys. The smell of the tomatoes in here is just killing me. It smells too good. It was good fun. That's so good. Yeah, as long as she enjoys it, I think that's all that matters. Not every kid's gonna enjoy cooking though, I think. Okay, our kale is ready to go. All we gotta do is quickly fry it up. Maybe with a little bit of garlic. Garlicky kales. Here's our garlic press. Do a couple cloves. Get them ready to go for the press. These are 4 really small ones. So I would say maybe 1 big clove of garlic will be lots. Because the tomatoes are pretty garlicky as well. You don't want to overpower with all that. Garlic is like one of the strongest flavors. Surprised Sam's not home yet, guys. They left over an hour ago now. I can't peel this clove. Guess we gotta smash the little thing. Let go. Let me in. We got the 2 grandkids staying over on Thursday night, so might do something with the 2 of them then. What were you thinking, Mama? You gonna take them out somewhere? Or are you cooking with them? Hey, kale, good to go. So now our dill hollandaise. Can turn our butter on the stovetop. It should be pretty quick because the butter already melted when we put it on the hot burner. So let's just turn this pan right here onto like a medium-high heat to start. I'm gonna try and clear some of this semolina off before we start cooking again. That's the one bad thing about semolina, is that it really does just get everywhere. And so while our butter is going, we need to crack 2 egg yolks into this bowl. That's our double boiler. Guess we can turn that on as well and start heating it up. We just want the bowl warm. We don't want it too hot, okay? Just need to heat the yolk up a little bit, and that makes it easier for it to emulsify with the butter. You might make some wee cupcakes or crispy nests. Yeah, I'm kind of sad that I'm working all weekend for Easter, as I really wanted to make some kind of dessert with the mini eggs. Those are like one of my favorite Easter treats. Okay, just gonna crack our eggs. I'll save the whites for something or other. Yeah, that was lemons. Limpin' Lemons. She's here, Nike. After all this time. Oh my. Gotta love all the VIPs and mods. Hey guys. Just doing your thing. Hey, this is a really fresh duck egg. That yolk is insane. And I don't even know if we need 2 yolks, but we'll make it anyways. Maybe Sammy wants a little bit left over. Gotta love you guys. Yeah, Elvin. I thought you were still here. Just lurking away. All of my weekday lurkers. Okay, this is like the smallest amount of dill. I'm just gonna pick a couple of chives from outside. Kind of bump that up. Yeah, Lemon! You've been summoned! Everyone wants to say hi. Hey, butter's a bubbling. This won't take too long. We're just gonna cook out, so all the white stuff that you see on top, we need to cook that out. That's the dairy in the butter. So we need to bring that up to a high heat and cook that dairy out of there. Otherwise, it's not gonna make a good hollandaise for us, as the hollandaise is gonna wanna split apart. So we just want the butter fat. I'm gonna go grab a couple of chives while that's going. Gotta love that sizzle sound. Okay, this variety of chive we have is so interesting. How's this doing? So this is starting to foam. That's what we want, for sure. It's gonna have kind of two foams. But check out these chives. It's like they're flat and kind of triangular. But they're super, super good. So you can quickly chop this stuff up and then we'll just fold it into the hollandaise after it's made. I'm gonna keep my cam on the stovetop though so I can watch the butter with my back turned. Yes, I love hollandaise. Hollandaise with potatoes is so good on Earth. Hollandaise doesn't just have to be for eggs Benedict. There are many other good uses for it as well. I seriously love that sound of the butter bubbling. For me, that is soothing. Kind of sounds like a deep fryer, I guess. So see how it's getting kind of clear, big bubbles? So that means we're really close to the butter being done. Yeah, butter fried butter. So basically that dairy is cooking onto the bottom of that pot. Give it a little swirl. How are tomatoes? Oh yeah, those are done. So it's almost there. We're gonna slightly brown it. So now that it's getting foamy, that's exactly what we want. So I'm actually gonna pour that out of there now because we don't want to keep cooking it. Go, 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 guys. Go, go, go. Everything's happening at once. Solid, how are ya? Holy shit. Daily Dasher with the raid. Welcome in, guys. I'm gonna butter you up right now. We got a TwitchCon crew. This is amazing. Thanks so much, man. I hope you're enjoying your time in Berlin. We are making breakfast for dinner. A little bit of eggs Benedict. Today is National Eggs Benedict Day, so we might as well celebrate. So we just finished kind of clarifying the butter. We're working on the hollandaise. Yeah, glaze you up. Hispide, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Solid, you're slow cooking potato chili. This is a thing? That sounds delicious. So we're gonna put the butter aside for now. We just pulled these confit tomatoes out of the oven. So they've been cooking for almost an hour and a half at 300 Fahrenheit. We mixed them up with some olive oil, balsamic vinegar, some chopped thyme, garlic, salt and pepper, and just cooked them on really low heat so that the seasoning kind of reduced in there as it got more concentrated. They're so, so lovely. So that's gonna go on to our English muffin with the smoked salmon, the poached egg, the hollandaise. We made these guys a little bit earlier on stream, so homemade English muffins. We're going all out today. Like, look at the rise on this. That is not store-bought. And so you know that we're near to the end of making our English muffins. Or eggs Benedict, sorry. When we're starting to work on the hollandaise, because that's something that you don't want to do too far ahead of time. It's a really finicky sauce. It doesn't like to be too hot, because then it'll split apart. The egg yolk and the butter will split. It'll be like, we don't like each other anymore. And it also doesn't like to be too cold, because then the butter is going to harden, and then you're not going to have this awesome sauce that just like drips over the egg. Moon Princess, thanks for the follow. Same with you, Yoshi. And because we're serving up a smoked salmon eggs Benedict today, is I'm just chopping up a little bit of dill and some chive from the garden to mix into the hollandaise, because dill and salmon is such a good combo. Yeah, that's not a Thomas English muffin. Thanks, Ooze Brood. Thank ya. Dolphus Boy, thank you for the follow as well. Yeah, we have a disclaimer here on the channel, is like you always want to bring a snack because you're gonna get hungry. So let's go to the stovetop. We have our egg yolks heating up on our double boiler on the back burner there. So we're gonna start whisking that. And now that the water's hot, I'm just gonna turn that off. You don't want it hot, hot. You just want it warmed. And then warming the egg yolk like this is it's gonna make it easier for the butter to be added into it. We actually almost maybe made this a little too warm already. Because if you look, it kind of looks like scrambled. I'm gonna see if I can mix that back into it. But you definitely don't want scrambled egg yolk in your hollandaise. We might have caught it just in time though. If it's lumpy, that is not a good thing. But it's definitely not too late to start over. This is a really important part of the whole dish, is having really good hollandaise, so don't try and rush it. Do a half job. But it's looking like we saved it just in time. There we go. No lumps left. Phew. That was close. That was so close. It almost got away from us. My bar! You're at a bar. Or my drops. You're at a bar and can't hear. Yeah, but love y'all. Love you too. Okay, let's come back over here because our butter's still warm, so we don't really have to keep this over the double boiler. It should say fridge raid. You guys want to raid my fridge? Yeah, the butter drizzle time. Except we are going to add a little bit to this before we start adding the butter. So how I always start my hollandaise, we have our egg yolk that's warm. We're going to add a little bit of hot sauce and a little bit of acid, whether it's lemon juice or vinegar, up to you guys. I always like to just add a little drop of apple cider vinegar. And for hot sauce, that's your own choice as well. Tabasco is like a staple, usually in hollandaise, but I'm gonna add my own homemade stuff that has this kind of chipotle buffalo thing going on, so it's a little smoky. But just a drop, like maybe half a teaspoon. Stardust with the raid as well. Holy smokes, guys. We're blowing up today. Welcome in. Lime juice would be interesting as well, Anuris. Nice one. Yeah, protect, guys. Protect. Bark at the new people. Let's get our vinegar. Just a little squirt. White wine vinegar is really nice too, but like Tabasco and lemon juice is a classic. Just like that. So we'll mix that up. And that kind of just sets our egg yolk up for accepting all of the butter that we're gonna make it carry. You will take this and you will like it. Okay, so now, slow little drizzle of warm butter. We're gonna start the emulsification process. So keep whisking as you pour. It's gonna start to thicken. That's exactly what we want. About 3/4 of the way through, we're gonna add a little bit of water to this to thin it out a touch. And then add the last bit of butter. What is this?
Enjoy this
Drops! You need pizza. Enjoy this gift. Thanks so much for the $5, Drops. Thanks for donating towards the pizza porter for the big green egg. Okay, see how thick this is? We're gonna stop for a sec, because I can't even whisk the butter in. Wood-fired pizza is totally gonna be a thing this summer. Thanks, Drops, for the $5. Every little bit counts. So check that out. Just gonna add a touch of warm water to this, like half a teaspoon as well. Really, really small amount. Just to loosen it back up, and then it will take the rest of the butter that we have. Stardust, thanks for the follow as well. You donated $5, but it's equivalent, it's the same. No, of course it helps. You guys spoil me all the time. Okay, so that loosened it back up. Best consistency for hollandaise, to know where the stopping point is for the butter, is it should just coat the back of a spoon. Yeah, damp towel under the bowl. That's so true, Delphi. There are like some points where I know I'm super stubborn with those little tricks. Okay, I think we are pretty much there. Like, the way that I was taught is you take a towel, just like make a little nest for the bowl. Just a little nest like this. It kind of holds it. But honestly, I find that the bowl just kind of does its own thing anyways. Okay, so now we can taste this. I'm going to add in the herbs right now as well, so we can get maybe a little bit of flavor from them as it sits. Just waiting on Sammy to get home, and then we can poach those eggs. And now we're gonna taste this for seasoning. If we have to add any salt. This is looking so good though. Bye, my drops. Thanks so much for the $5. I really appreciate that. Yeah, there's a happy little nest right there. Stardust, we're making hollandaise sauce. A sauce that a lot of people are scared to make by hand, but it's actually really easy. There is a really quick way to make it in a blender as well. That's usually my trick in restaurant kitchens because I have to make so much, is I don't want to be whisking for like half an hour. Yeah, and it's so worth it. So what hollandaise sauce is, basically a butter egg yolk sauce. It's rich. There is no denying that. See how he did. The brown butter is so good in there. Definitely need some salt though. This is a sauce that you always want to season right at the end. So a good little pinch for sure to start. We'll mix that in. Give it one more taste. And then we're just gonna keep this warm. We're just gonna put it over that double boiler that we already turned off. And we will have to mix it up every couple of minutes still. Okay, almost there. The chive and dill in there is so good. It's gonna be awesome with the smoked salmon. What makes it okay to eat the raw eggs in this instance? So you know how I almost like cooked the egg yolk in the bowl? So the egg yolk was basically almost cooked already, is the way that we warm it up slowly before we add the hot butter. Is it's kind of tempered already. But yeah, you are still eating raw eggs. But then if you eat mayonnaise, that's the same thing as well. Like that's even worse because there's no heat involved in making mayo. Basically the same thing. Hollandaise and mayo, except hollandaise obviously is a lot more runny and you use butter instead of oil. Just something that you have to be okay with, I think. This is getting thick. Try and get all this off. I'm gonna switch to a spatula now. Yeah, it's a lush sauce, indeed. So you don't want to leave this in a cold place at this time. I usually like to make the hollandaise about half an hour ahead of time before I start cooking, but it doesn't hold for that long at room temp. I'm gonna just scrape down the sides as well. We don't want that to harden onto the bowl. We don't want to waste any of this because it is an expensive sauce to make as well. Egg yolk and butter. That's not cheap. Ah, it's Dash. Hey, your phone died. You're so scuffed. No. The worst. That's the worst. Okay, guys, so we're basically set. We just have to quickly cook up the kale with some garlic and poach the eggs. The salmon is cooking right now in the immersion circulator. We have an Innova that we sometimes use for sous vide right here. So we cold smoked the salmon yesterday on the barbecue for 5 hours. And then I vacuum sealed it with the food saver so that all of that smoke flavor is going to infuse. But at that time, because we cold smoked it, is the salmon wasn't actually cooked. So now it's in the circulator. I have it at 125 Fahrenheit, which if you think about a steak doneness is like a medium rare. So we want this salmon to kind of not be fully cooked. And that way it's not going to dry out too much. Yeah, it cooks solid. Exactly. It cooks while we're adding the hot butter and whisking it. But you do not want it to cook at the same time. Because if you do actually cook the yolk, then you will have scrambled eggs. It was close when we first started. But we saved it. We saved it, guys. Okay, so here's our setup on the stovetop. We have our poaching water. I just turned this pot on to a medium-high heat to start heating it up. We have our hollandaise here. Let's just stay in warm. Keep stirring it every now and then. That's even maybe a little bit too thick. But we can always add a touch of water right before we serve it. Looks good though. And then here's our kale that we're just gonna cook down with a little bit of wine and garlic. That's gonna go on to our English muffin with the tomato confit. So let's just add a little bit of olive oil into this frying pan. Just enough to coat the bottom, nothing too crazy. Okay, how many people in here have had Eggs Benedict before? This is like a need to know thing. I need to know what you guys have been eating. KJ, you have? Yes. Should have taken a poll. Done a little straw poll. Matt, me? Yes, guys. I love it. So what's your favorite type of Benedict then? Because that's an interesting one too, is there's so many different styles. Yeah, Eggs Benedict. What is that? I'm gonna prep my little poaching egg station. So we need a plate with a little paper towel liner. Obviously eggs are poached in water and we don't want soggy eggs to go on a nice crisp English muffin. So you want to drain that water off the egg before we plate. Cumberbatch? What the heck is that? KJ, you like Benedict's with corned beef hash? That sounds unreal. I'm with you on that. I would also like that. That a little stir again, because the bottom's the hottest part, right? So we don't really want this to cook onto the bottom at all. I'm just gonna keep it moving around every couple of minutes. You've also had lobster Benedict. Yes. I think I had that in Vancouver. There's a place there called Joe Forte's, which specializes in seafood. And they had like a special lobster Benedict, and it wasn't even that expensive. So we're like, okay, we'll try this. It was so good. I mean, lobster and butter, always a good combo. So, so good. Yeah, sounds amazing. It was. It really was good. Benedict Cumberbatch is an actor. I'm so sorry. Don't be sorry. Just because I didn't know what the heck you were talking about. I like when you guys try and fool me. We are waiting on Sammy, Nikki. Pretty soon here. Your ex thought you were crazy for liking Lobster Benedict? She's crazy. That's madness, KJ. Hey, shh, Nike, we weren't supposed to tell anyone that. But I've never had a King's Hawaiian roll experience before. The struggle. Those Canadian probs. Canadian problems. Sad times. Yeah, you're probably gonna send some. Hopefully. You're gonna have to make it to the States at some point soon. Gotta come back. Okay, while we're waiting, we can do a little bit of Eggs Benedict fun facts. Why not? Why the heck not? It's so fun that you're in the same spot right now, stalling dinner. Cooking for those significant others. Yeah. Just waiting on them to get home. It's the best. Toke time and chill. Almost there, Nike. I am almost there. Except it's not token chill. It's like token clean the house. Nah. Last day of days off and then it's back to work. And I don't really like to do housework while I'm going to my job. 12 hours a day is enough standing for me. Meh. It's okay though. Quick little vacuum and dust. Shouldn't take too long. So Eggs Benedict is an American breakfast or brunch dish that consists of 2 halves of an English muffin. This little guy right here that we made earlier and streamed together. Topped with a poached egg. We got our water going. We're waiting. Bacon or ham or other additions or toppings of your choice. And hollandaise sauce. The dish was first popularized, ready? In New York City. Did I have a Benny in New York? I'm trying to think, but I don't think we had an Eggs Benedict when we were there, guys. Don't think that happened. So there are conflicting accounts as to the origin of the Eggs Benedict. I feel like that happens with a lot of these popular dishes. So Delmonico's in Lower Manhattan says on its menu that Eggs Benedict was first created in their ovens in 1860. That's a pretty old one. One of their former chefs, Charles Ranhofer, published the recipe for eggs a la Benedict in 1894. So it's 34 years after it was created, they say. It's a pretty old dish, though. Before the 1900s. So if you ever see an Eggs Benedict called a Blackstone, that one has bacon and tomatoes in it. If you see Eggs Benedict Florentine, that means that there's spinach in there, a little bit of health. Healthy health. And today we're doing smoked salmon, garlic kale, and tomato confit with a dill hollandaise sauce. We're going a little crazy. I didn't make anything to go on the side because usually this is filling enough for me. I might cook up a little bit of greens for Sammy and I later, but so far we're just gonna focus on the Eggs Benedict. You love that it's an Eggs Benny stream. Me too. Me too, Elvin. I love Bennies. Why are they called English muffins, though? Yes, Matt. The Googler. Why are they called English muffins? The joke is that they label these as American muffins. The ancestor of the Thomas's style muffin, though, has been made in England for centuries and still is. No one calls it English. It's just referred to as a muffin. So this is just madness that North America has come up with. It's like, we don't know what to call this muffin, so we'll call it English. Interesting. Give it our hollandaise a little stursy. I'm gonna turn on our kale pan, guys. Turn on our frying pan to medium heat. Squeeze our garlic cloves into there. Get it ready, because I think Sammy's gonna be home pretty soon. The salmon is looking good as well in the circulator. It's a good looking piece of smoked salmon. Yeah, more BS. They're also called breakfast muffins. What the heck? What the heck? Okay, so we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 people that said that they've had Eggs Benedict before. If the rest of you did not have Eggs Benedict, you are missing out in your life. I think when it comes to plating all of this stuff, though, is we're just going to do a quick little pop under the broiler with, like, the English muffin, the tomato, and the kale on top. Just so, like, a quick warm for everything together. Maybe even the salmon, too. And then we'll put the egg and hollandaise on last thing. Hey, King Russell. What's going on? We're making Eggs Benedict today. Celebrating the National Food Holiday. It's so, so yummy. So we've made everything from scratch so far. And we're just waiting for my fiance to get home. And then we'll finish up the meal. Over 135 years ago, an innovator and entrepreneur created the original Nooks and Crannies English muffin after moving from England to the United States. He used a secret process that included griddle baking to create a muffin that was crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. That makes sense, Matt. That's perfect. That's like the greatest way to explain what an English muffin is. Yeah, don't forget the Florentine. It's true, Elvin. The spinaci. Their garlic sizzling yet? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I'm gonna put our confit into this bowl. Actually, maybe just a container. I think there's gonna be some extra. Hey Rook, it's coming along good, man. Basically just waiting on Sammy to walk in. Our poaching pot just came up to a boil, so we can turn that down now, because we just want it at a simmer, actually. We don't want it that hot. It's a little bit of agitation. Getting to the nervous stage, yeah, poaching the eggs. I'm not nervous about poaching eggs anymore. I was when I first started working breakfast at restaurants. But I've poached like probably over 30 eggs at once in the same pot. So I'm not super worried. I've had some practice, guys. I got paid to practice poaching eggs. Let's just say that. And I made them my bitch. Rook, you're poaching right now too? Poached eggs are so good. So good. And they're healthy for you too. Like that's what, probably the healthiest way to cook an egg, I would say, is to poach it. You're just cooking it in water. Okay, it looks like our garlic is sizzling in that pan. I'm gonna spread it out. Matt, you don't poach, you cook. Rook, you've already had 2 of them, just testing out the timing. Ah, how long has it been taking you? Mine will take a little bit longer because they're duck eggs. Fry up this garlic. Three minutes seems to be perfect. Nice. Poaching eggs well was like your white whale. Some people are so terrified of it. Yeah, like Jacques Pepin poaching in oil. Ugh. I can't imagine an egg poached in oil. That would not be good. I don't see that being good. Okay, so we just want our garlic like golden brown before we throw this kale in the pan with it. And then we're just gonna cook it with a touch of wine, but it really is not gonna take long at all. Maybe 20 seconds. Definitely want to hear that sizzle. And when we put our wine in, just a splash, maybe a tablespoon or so. We're gonna cook that out. So let's add a little bit of salt while it's cooking. A nice pinch. And some pepper. And the wine is gonna steam the kale to cook it through. Really gently though. Give that a stir. There's still a little bit of wine in the pan. The kale is already cooked down. So I'm going to turn that burner off now, and that's good to go. In my mind. So we can just keep that warm over here. That's perfect. I love that little acidity from the white wine that it gives when you cook vegetables with it. Easy last hour. Nice, Matt. That's so awesome. Super awesome. I'm gonna see where Sammy's at. I bet he's gonna be walking down the stairs when I send this. I said, how doing? How doing, Sammy? This is like the most garlicky it's smelt in here in a long time. Okay, salmon. Time to meet your maker. Yeah. See? What did I say? Send the message, walks down the stairs. Let's turn this poaching water up. It's time, guys. It's a time. How's the Sammy? Good.
You're pretty much ready yet?
Yep. Gotta poach some eggs.
You want to have a shower or?
Yeah, you can. This salmon, guys. Hello. Yum. Oh, man.
Hi everyone.
So you can see that the fat in the salmon is like just cooked. Holy smokes though. Heck yeah.
Smells really
it's so garlicky in here.
Yeah.
What have we done?
So I was looking at this bike rack, and this one won't actually work for our bikes.
It won't?
No.
It's too skinny?
No, our tubes are angled, so
Oh.
our bikes will be like kind of in the air like this kind of thing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have to go get a different one.
Wanted to see us both before you turned in. Okay, Elvin. Yeah, now you can go to sleep. Come say bye, Sammy. Everyone, Sammy.
Hi. Bye.
Sammy.
Hi. Bye. Bye. Have a good night, Alvin.
Take care, Elvin.
Hope no aliens attack you guys tonight.
You keep putting those fires out at work. Hopefully no
Fires out there?
aliens attack. What's going on, Sam?
Well, that big flash of light.
Yeah, at the power plant. Okay, so our water, we just want it to be simmering, guys. No boil, because then that's going to tear your eggs apart. And my little trick that I do for poached eggs, so there's a little bit of white vinegar in the water. First things first, most important. Then I crack the egg down the side of the pot. So imagine the pot's right here in front of me. So it's gonna go down the side of the pot, hit the bottom, and like curl into itself. And that usually saves it from just exploding everywhere in the water. Yeah, that was something. Imagine there's a pot right here, okay?
Somebody say they need hot right there?
No! Get back in there. I'm gonna turn up the water a touch because we're putting cold eggs into it. You can see how the egg is just kind of sitting on the bottom. That's not really what we want to happen. So we're gonna give that a little swirl. A swirly whirl. Just to make sure nothing is sticking. So far so good. Now that's gonna come up to 10. Woohoo! Eggs dancing in water. You left Sammy a message, okay, I'll make sure that he looks at it. Okay, let's start assembling while those cook. I'll try and keep my eye on them. So, like I said, I'm gonna kind of assemble everything on this pan and then just do maybe a quick little broil before we put the eggs and hollandaise on. Okay, now turning that down. So let's split our muffins. No cutting the muffins, guys. You can only split it with a fork. That way we'll get all the nooks and crannies. So I like to just kind of poke around the outside with the fork at the halfway point. It's like a fake cut. And then open it like that. Yum. Yeah, don't cut the muffins. Is that a euphemism? I think so. Yum. I think the light above is a little too bright, hey? Turn that fish down. Hey, there we go. Yeah, they're glowing a little bit there, Kate. Okay, I'm gonna start with, actually, I'll start with the kale, I think. I think that's gonna look the best if it's on the bottom. Nice little bed of garlicky kale. done yet. Next up, our tomato confit. Nice. Holy smokes, that's gonna be so good with the salmon, which I haven't even tried yet. Rook, the sandwich is awesome. Are you making sandwiches over there, man? Yeah, Matt, you just want meat in your mouth. Nike said it. Call him out. Okay. Move that over for a sec. R.I.P. Sammy, why? He's in the shower. You're already doing breakfast stuff. Nice. That's awesome. Where's my knife? Holy shit, this is gonna smell so good. Smoky. Boom. Sam said he didn't want tomatoes? Just wait. Did you say you don't want tomatoes? I can take it off. I still haven't assembled it. When did you say that? Okay. He says it's fine. I don't know what he wants. I got nothing. Says one thing, says it's okay. I'll just be over here. Eggs are poached. Yeah, he said no salmon. That one we can do. Oh no. Okay, this stuff is crazy delicate. Holy shit, the sheen on there. What's going on here? So we still have the skin on, but like it should definitely peel off really, really nice. So look at that. Look how that's just like flaking off. Holy shit. Mmm. It's like sweet and smoky. Buttery. Just kind of cooked. Like it's almost too soft, in my opinion. It's almost too soft. I'm gonna kind of do this half and half thing with like the really smoky part and the soft, tender salmon. This is insane though. Holy. Still want to make a really nice bed for our eggs too. I'm gonna try this piece, see how the smoke penetrated. Mmm. That's butter. Just melts in your mouth. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little broil on these guys, and we'll top with the egg and the hollandaise. does it look slimy? Because we sous vide it, so it's like just kind of cooked. You can see that all the juices are still in there. Yeah, I love Binner. So good. So like this would be more firm if now after we cooked it, we put it back in the fridge. That would be really good. Because it's warm right now, it's just really soft and a little bit hard to work with. You're also sous videing salmon tonight. I love that. Yes. That's so good. What are you putting with it? Okay, we got our plate. These eggs. Little soft poach. Still want those runny yolks, guys. They're still warm. And now our hollandaise. So it has a little bit of a skin. I'm just gonna put a spoonful of the warm poaching water into there. Try and not get any egg bits. Warm water, mix that in. Yeah. It's insane, Sammy.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good smoke. What'd you do? Whew. We got some hot stuff. Yeah, stop stealing the food. What are you doing? Take your muffies. Don't touch the pan. So I'm gonna take the photo of the good eggs on one plate, but then I can give you the egg after. So consistency of our hollandaise. It should just kind of coat over the egg. Do that insane duck egg on here. Can you just move your plate a little bit, please, Sammy? Here, I'm gonna grab this. The kids gotta eat. Okay, ready? This is a stack. A stack of stacks. I don't know what we've done. How is it so far? Photo? Okay, this one's like falling off. Gotta go quick. The kid in my tummy. What are you talking about, man? Where did that one come from? Teriyaki and sushi rice. Mmm, that's so good with salmon. done the first one. There was no words. Sammy? What's going on over there?
Delicious.
Okay. That's what we did. The porn. The prawn. Oh, thanks. I didn't see it. Freaking whistle at me. What am I, a dog? Get the hell out of here with that. There she goes. Aggression. Yeah, not possible. Lava yolk. Yeah, the only way to do it. Holy shit. Okay, let's try this all together. Let's see what is going on here. Like, you know, once you cut into it, it's just gonna be a mess. We will try and get one bite with a little bit of everything on it. She ain't afraid to backhand. I was raised in kitchens. What do you expect? We're going in for the big bite. The pimp hand. Thanks, Izzy. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Mm-hmm. That might be one of the best smoked salmon bennies I've ever had. What do you think, Sammy?
That was the best thing fucking you ever made.
Yes. So the smoked salmon's really nice. Obviously, it kind of just melts in your mouth with the egg and the hollandaise. I do think we really need that freshness from the kale and the tomato, though, because it is so, so rich. Like fatty salmon, really rich duck eggs. Obviously, one of the richest sauces that you can make on there. But holy shit, it's good. Yeah, Craigasm. Oh man, Nike, thanks for clipping that. Mmm. Matt, there's more salmon. There's more hollandaise. There's more muffins. If he wants more.
More tomatoes too?
Yeah, there's a little bit more tomato here as well. So the smoking wheelchair, how we did that yesterday on stream is we cold smoked it. We have this little pellet smoker that we can load up and put in the barbecue. And we cold smoked the salmon for 5 hours with alderwood. And then I vacuum sealed it right after that to hopefully get like all of that smoke flavor throughout that piece of filet.
Do you have any more kale as well? Or
Nope, but I can quickly cook some up for you.
I don't want it. It's not for me.
And then we sous vide it. I did 125 Fahrenheit for about an hour. And that's it. Pretty easy process all in all. Okay, I'm gonna be back in like 30 seconds, guys.
She's gotta pee.
I really gotta go. Wouldn't it be a fun idea to follow up all your hard work by just setting the table and sitting down? Yeah, totally. That's a rare thing, for sure, for me to do.
We don't have a table to sit down at.
Yeah, we don't really even have a dining room table, if I'm being honest. Like, it's actually kind of rare that Sam and I sit down and eat together. And when I work, definitely not sitting down and eating except at the end of the night. Not something you can achieve in your apartment, unless you got like a little smoke gun and did it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy looked like a starving boy? I don't think so, Matt.
That's pretty funny, actually.
You just missed me of looking so gross.
Yeah, that's good. I'll watch it later.
Did you see that, guys?
Everyone's seen it.
They seen it. I actually might take your advice, though. Sit down and eat this. But holy frick, it's good. Those English muffins are like one of my favorite things ever to make.
Those are the best ones you've ever made.
This is like a top meal for me, I think. Like a salmon eggs Benedict is one of my favorite things to
The only
eat.
thing you could do better with it is fry up some capers, I think.
Ooh,
Give it a
nice.
salty kick to it.
Nice, Sammy. That's a good one. Okay, who are we gonna go raid, guys? Who are we raiding today? Let's do this. Yeah, the chin drop. Yes, Nike. Skybox! Yeah, you just missed it. Monastache. Ryan.
Cupid's is on as well.
Ryan's on. Vegan bean dish. Monastache. Monastache is streaming?
Yeah, let's do Monastache.
Okay.
Yeah. She's playing Mass Effect too.
Okay, let's go raid Monastache then. That sounds fun. We'll take a break from a food streamer for a bit. Bye, Rook. So you can cut down to one mod. Haha, Matt. Everything turned out so freaking well. I wish I could share this with you guys. Especially because we made so many muffins. Could have easily fed 10 of you today. Alright, guys. We're gonna go raid Monastache.
She made more holidays. She want to feed 10 people.
Yeah, wasn't really planning on that. Anyways, we're gonna call it a day. Thanks to My Drops Ill for the $5 donation today. Thank you guys for the resubs and the biddies and all the new follows and the raids and the hosts. All of the things involved in a Cook with Kate stream. And thanks for the support and also the judgment. You guys need to keep me on my toes. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. We'll be back on Sunday. We're making Belgian waffles for breakfast. They're gonna be delicious. And I hope you guys have a good week. I'm gonna go to work for the rest of the week. Bye, Solid. Hell yeah, waffles. I don't know if we've made that on stream yet.
Not these ones.
We're going in. Let's do this, guys. Blowing Monastache up. Sammy, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys. Love ya.